start streaming automatically, right? I don't have to go live or nothing. All right. All right, well, guys, we are on here on Facebook Live and on YouTube here this afternoon. This is just an update for you, a weather update here for you. We're watching the threat for severe weather to be on the increase over the next, I'd say the next hour or two, we'll probably start seeing some severe weather move into the area. But if you take a look here, as of now, this is what we got going on. It's pretty quiet here in Texoma for right now, but that is, like I say, that's going to change here over the next hour or two. We got some big storms moving in from the southwest, and they're going to quickly cross Texoma this afternoon and this evening. So there is your tornado watch that's in effect. It covers most of Oklahoma here and down into northwest and north central parts of Texas. It covers the area from Lawton down to Vernon, into Seymour, Wichita Falls, Archer City, Graham, Jacksboro, Bowie, Nocona, Waurika, up towards Duncan and St. Joe, and now towards parts of the Metroplex here. And again, over there closer to I-35. Our main concern with these storms that are moving in will be very large hail. When you get big supercells that are moving through an area, you can't totally rule that out. So we're not going to go with a zero tornado threat. What we're going to do is going to go on the lower end of the spectrum for the tornado threat, at least for right now. So I still believe our major threat this afternoon remains very large hail, heavy rainfall, and some gusty winds. As of right now on the radar, if you look down to the south, there are really three cells I'm watching for right now. The first of which is down here near Knox City. This is what we call a left split or a left mover. This was all at one time just one big cloud of thunderstorms down across central Texas. Now that it's lifting north, though, it's starting to get organized and breaking apart. So this is the northern cell. It might have a little small hail moving up towards Knox City, and it'll continue to move on its north-northeasterly track up towards Vernon in about an hour from now. Main threat with that cell that's moving north will be small hail. Jaden, if we could kind of pan down just a little bit, we are watching the two larger thunderstorms. We have one near, I believe this is Haskell, and another one just southwest of Throckmorton. These storms here are likely going to split as well. I think the storm on the northern side will wind up going more north and northeast up towards Seymour, and this part of the storm cell could eventually threaten Wichita Falls. Main threat with that, again, will be hail and heavy downpours. This is going to be a beastly storm. That's a big supercell. It's on the bottom end. It's moving more right. This means it's moving a little bit more east than northeast. So don't be surprised if this kind of makes its way towards Graham, maybe parts of Archer County and over into Clay County over the next couple of hours. I think around 5:30 or so, this storm should be up near Henrietta or maybe Wichita Falls, somewhere in this area up here. Main concern with that storm there is going to be very large hail. In addition to very large hail, again, when you get these intense supercell thunderstorms interacting with a really moist environment, they can still produce tornadoes, but I don't think that that's the highest threat we're seeing here today. I think our highest threat remains large hailstones that could exceed maybe 2 inches in diameter. So over the next couple of hours, these are the areas that we're going to be on the lookout for. It's going to be Seymour, Throckmorton, Vernon, Wichita Falls, Archer City, Graham, Jacksboro, Henrietta, Bowie, Nocona, and I'm most concerned about this storm here. Now, if this goes more right than it does to the left, so that means this moves a little bit more due east than northeast, and these right-moving big supercells do have a tendency to do that, then you might wind up seeing the threat kind of Graham, Jacksboro, Bowie area with that, and it looks like it's already beginning to turn to the right. These big supercells, they just have a way of just altering the environment and doing that. So we'll be watching these storms on high alert for big hail, especially across the eastern parts of the area. This afternoon, there's more storms that extend south down towards Abilene. Dry lines kind of parked over in this area. You know, we were watching over the weekend. We were talking about how we weren't 100% certain where that was going to line up yet. We thought it might stay a little bit to the west, and it has stayed to the west. And that's why we're seeing these storms this afternoon. So my biggest threat area, and we may want to kind of shift this kind of down into here too, more Jacksboro and over in here as well, will be this area here, the dark red with the very large hail threat. Maybe a tornado and strong winds. I think the tornado threat gets higher along and east of I-35. If those storms can remain supercells and interact with an increasing low-level jet or increasing low-level spin over there in south central Oklahoma, southeast Oklahoma, north central Texas, there could be more of a tornado threat over that way. I'm not ruling that out here too, but I still think our major threat is going to be big hailstones. So through the evening, here's what we got. Big storm system in the area. We got some really strong upper-level winds. Those strong upper-level winds provide what we call ventilation. When you have these strong winds, it's kind of like the chimney scenario in the wintertime when you have a fire burning in the fireplace. There's winds blowing up over the chimney help pull that smoke up, and it helps to continue to feed the flames underneath it. So the strong upper-level winds are there to help the storms continue to feed on the instability. You have a lot of instability or storm energy out there. We have that dry line. I have a front also coming in from the northwest a little bit later on tonight. So our severe threats, we're going to go low wind tornado, high end hail threat. Wind threats probably more in the moderate range, not too worried about flooding, but we can't totally rule that out. So this is the latest HRRR computer model, and you can see it brings that northern cell up to about Vernon. This is probably a little bit too fast. I think, what time is it right now, Jaden? Is it 4 o'clock? So this is a little bit too fast. It has it by 4:30. This is probably more like around 5 o'clock or so. So that's your northern cell impacting Vernon. There's that other cell near Seymour, and you can see as they move to the northeast, big cells with big hail production there by around 5:30 into Wichita Falls, Archer City, down towards Graham. But keep in mind, if that storm moves more right, we'll see these threats over in this area a little bit more. So let's put this in motion a little bit more. Actually, I think that's as far as I have it going out, but you can see everything really blossoms into the evening across the eastern parts of the area. And then it kind of goes a little more linear mode over here east of I-35, but there's still some supercells to deal with, and those could be some perhaps tornado producers. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And this is the back edge of the storm system here, and those would just be some downpours and maybe some smaller hail production with those particular storms. So, but we'll be watching it throughout the afternoon. Here's how we're going to cover things. All right, so we'll have of course, our streams up here on our social media platforms, but the main way I want you to stay up to date with everything here is going to be on the First Alert 6 weather app. The News Channel 6 app will be live on there too, and also on the 24/7 channel. That's 6.4. I got a link over on my Facebook page. We have a link on our News Channel 6 Facebook page. So those are the ways you're going to want to keep up with the weather. The app will get you the notification on any warnings. And after that, you can go find us over on where we're going to be. It's, again, 24/7 channel, 6.4, apps, and some social media too. So just stay weather alert through the afternoon. This is anything you really have to worry about too much. I think we're going to be fine. We'll have to keep an eye on it. We are on high alert for this. We go through this every spring, so we'll just keep an eye on it, make sure everything is okay here. But we're going to continue to watch these things throughout the afternoon and just keep you updated the best that we can here. I'm trying to see if there's any questions here before I jump off. I don't see any. So we got people ask traveling home from Quanah. Do you think they'll be okay there? Yeah, I think Quanah is going to be fine. Okay. All right, well, that's all I have for right now. Jaden and I are here in the weather office, and Cameron Lindsay is out in the Comanche Nation Entertainment First Alert Storm Tracker, and we'll be watching this closely throughout the afternoon. We'll have the latest coming up on News Channel 6 tonight at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. And again, remember your 24/7 channel and also your apps. We're going to jump off for now, and we will be back on as needed.